Well, hello everybody and welcome to our very special Booking Blast webinar today. I'm really excited to share with you that we have the gorgeous Rhian Borowicz, our Senior Executive Sales Leader, with me this morning. Good morning, Rhian. How are you?
Hi, Carol. I'm very well.
Great to hear. Look, I invited Rhian to share some of her booking tips because bookings really are the heart of our business. And our gorgeous Rhian has been with Borowicz now for over 7 years, and during that time has been in our regular top 10 in Australia, but also on an annual national level as well with our annual awards, and is just unbelievable at doing parties. I've actually had the pleasure of coming along and watching her in action, and she's just fantastic. So Rhian, you do about 7 to 8 parties a month consistently, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, which is just fantastic. And I know that you're really passionate about many things, but would you mind just quickly sharing with us what really is your passion when it comes to parties?
Carol, I think it's the buzz and the vibe you get from people when you can see, sometimes people come in and they're a little skeptical or a little unsure, and then by the end of the party, everyone's buzzing and excited. They've learnt something new. It's been so much better than they expected, and they really are booking and thinking of joining. And I also love the unexpected. You go into a party and you don't expect that it might surprise you that it's $1,000 party or a $1,500 party. I love that buzz. And I also just like connecting with people who have never heard of this before. Yeah. And they get to see it in person, and it just their eyes light up, their minds get blown about where has this been all my life. I have people say to me, why haven't I learned about this before? And how come they're just so excited. And yeah, it's really nice to connect with people in person and get that buzz and that energy.
Yeah. Look, when I first experienced Borowicz myself, I was totally blown away too, and really had one of those gobsmacking moments. So,
yeah, exactly.
And the power, I think, too, of seeing those gobsmacking moments when you're sharing the product in action is really, it just gives you such a buzz, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's great. So, Rhian, you've also achieved 7 of our incentive trips in your 7 years, haven't you? Which is
yes, I have.
Yeah, what an amazing achievement. So obviously, this is one of the reasons that we've asked Rhian to share some of her booking tips to really help you to master the art of booking parties. So let's get started, Rhian.
Okay.
Okay, so the first thing is building rapport. That was something that you said is really important. Would you mind talking to us a bit about that?
Sure, Carol. I think from when people are first walking into your party, and even the rapport that you build with your host, just be super friendly and feel like you're a part of the group. Find those connectors that make you really relatable. And watch your energy, be friendly, be authentic and positive and really likable. It goes a very long way if people think, oh, I like her. And if you surveyed people and said, oh, why did you book with that person particularly? That sometimes they just go, I just liked her. And she was really funny and knowledgeable and friendly. And I was happy to invite her to my family and friends. So you want to always think, am I the person that I would be inviting and into my home to meet my family and friends? I always think to being on time, being presentable, remembering people's names, and feeling professional and passionate, but also fun and lighthearted too, and just being that nice. I wrote the magnetic person that other people want to be around.
Yeah.
That's a really important element. The element of this, the biggest part, is you.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love that you've put be you there. I think that when we realise that we're all very different, and it's okay to just be who we are, then I think people really sort of engage with you because you're feeling really comfortable instead of trying to sort
That's
of
right.
be somebody else. So yeah, that's really great advice, Rhian. So your next suggestions were making sure that you're dropping booking seeds during your presentation. So can you just talk to us about some of the ways that you do that
Sure.
throughout your parties?
Well, from my intro, when I've got my display in front of people, I say, look, I've got this lovely display here today, but we can't possibly cover every product. We would be here for way too long. So I always say, you're looking at about 4 or 5 parties worth. We will cover what we can today. And if we do solutions cards and there's particular products that people pick out from those, or the host has a particular solution that she needs. But there really is so much variety and amazing products to cover in a Norwex range that we need a few parties to go to cover those. So this is where I would also hand out a little wish list post-it from the beginning in a pen, and I say, look, I don't want to brain overload anybody, but whatever you like the sound of, whatever color jumps out at you, if you have people that you want to introduce this to, jot this down. So that's a booking seed, a visual booking seed in front of them with people doing that wish list. And I just always say from your intro, say there is so much wonderful product to learn about, but we need a couple of parties to cover and to really learn. Sometimes I've said, imagine if you were trying to learn how to drive a car and you got one lesson and someone gave you the keys. You'd probably think, I can't drive this car with one lesson. So that Norwex is similar to that. Yeah. And I have had customers go to 5 or 6 or 7 parties, and I said to them, look, I'm sorry, you might be hearing a few things again. And they go, I don't mind. I love this. It's all clicking in my brain. I need to hear it again. So that's an automatic booking seed, just from your display.
Yeah, look, Rhian, something that really resonated for me when you were talking just then through some of those ideas was the fact that you actually position it at the very beginning that, to be able to see all of these products, it would take 4 to 5 parties. I think that that's just a pearler. So yeah, fantastic. Keep going and share the rest of the things with us.
So the other classic ones are to mention particular products. So when I'm going through and I talk about our enzyme-based cleaners, and I would mention oven and grill, and then sometimes you can jokingly say, so if you've got a scary oven at your place, if someone needs their oven clean and you've been putting it off for a while, and usually people will be looking at each other going, oh my gosh, that's my oven at home.
Yeah,
and
no one wants to admit it.
Then that's it. And I know my mother used to avoid wanting to clean her oven because she said, I need to cook in it again. And she knew that oven and grill cleaners back when I was growing up were so toxic and so poisonous. And so I know people avoid it. And I just say, oh, I'd love to come over. And that's an amazing example that's very relatable. And we do your oven door in honestly minutes in a non-toxic way. The other one is the bow on the mop that helps people remember to explain the features and benefits of our mop, but to also say probably 8 out of 10 of my hosts use their credit from their party. They book specifically to be getting their mop system. So definitely say our credit from a party, anybody who has a party gets a certain amount of credit, and you can definitely use that credit to purchase your mop. And then if somebody already has a mop, when we said they're higher priced products, so we're thinking like cutting boards. I always pass cutting boards around and I say, this is a $600 party, this cutting board, like the small one, you could get that for free. Or the larger one is a $700 party. You get $70 of credit and you could imagine getting that amazing cutting board for free. You wouldn't have to buy it. So these are booking seeds. People are thinking, oh my goodness, there is a lot of things I want. I would love to get a free cutting board. I can easily have a few people over to try and to earn these products that I want. The other one are entry mats as well, or our skincare. So I would definitely highlight products that people are falling in love with and say, look, I know a fantastic way for you to be getting these things for free with your credit. And then the last one is, who do you know? So sometimes if product doesn't excite somebody or they're not sure, but really what's getting them connected is they're thinking about their sister who has allergies or their best friend who has asthma. So you sort of want to say to people, start thinking now early on, who do you know that is going greener, who's cutting plastic out of their life, who really cares about the environment, who's got dust mite allergy issues, or who's allergic to cats, or who has asthma. And I say to people, you know, if you surveyed your friends and family and said, would you prefer to keep cleaning with chemicals or go for a chemical-free option that is going to save you money and time, people are going to choose the saving money, time, and their health option every time. So you really want to get people thinking, and then they start to go, oh my goodness, I do know 3 or 4 people that I could ask over, and these are the booking seeds. So you really want to get people's minds ticking over what products they want and who do they know.
Brilliant ideas. You know, Rhian, some of the things that popped out for me were how you actually attach a particular product, for example, the small chopping board to the $600 in
yes,
you know, party, and just the way you're positioning, you know, some of these things, you know, girls, I just really encourage you, make sure that you're writing down, taking notes, because even, you know, taking screenshots of what's on the screen, because, you know, the positioning of some of this stuff from Rhian is just brilliant. Thank you so much for sharing this with us. Okay, so the next slide is all about solutions cards, Rhian.
Mm-hmm. So these really get people, of course, there's the 3 types of solutions cards. There's the ones that are focused about the environmental effects and statistics, and then there's the product ones. People use these in many different ways. They might connect solutions cards to what are the products that are on special this month, or you might put out the ones that you feel you know the answers to, and the connecting products that are going to match with the solution and the problem of those cards, and so to connect it all up. These are great ways for I think these are great ways for people to think, gosh, you know, I could do this too, and the answers and the cards are here, and it gets people thinking, especially the environmental effects, the ones about the paper towel and the straws, and it opens up people's minds to thinking, goodness, I thought this was about a cloth. It is so much more. Yes. And there's so much more to Norwex, and I think solutions cards are a really fantastic way to do that. And they do get conversations flowing. And that's right, they're a great way to identify if somebody has a particular need. So somebody might pick the one that is the scary oven card, and then you say, oh my gosh, that would be a fantastic thing to do at your party. I would be happy to come over and do that. So you're connecting a booking seed to something that they've chosen, and then that's making it really personal and emotional for them. And so, you know, you might definitely get more bookings when you're using these solutions cards, and definitely start people thinking about joining as well.
Yeah, so true. And I love that you said, you know, it makes it personal and emotional. And I think that that's one of the key things is, you know, when we can actually identify what their needs are, and then actually give them a solution to that need, you know, that they then feel emotionally engaged. But not just that, they actually feel like you are really trying to empower them and not just sell to them. Hey,
that's it. It's more about them and not about us. Absolutely. It's not about what we want to talk about that day. This is about how do we personalize. And I think that's a very clever technique as well. And it's nice. Then people walk away thinking, oh my gosh, that girl was so nice, and I can't wait for my party, and she's a really lovely person because she cares about me, and we're going to get the products I need that are specific to me. So yeah.
So true, so true. So the next slide, Rhian, is share the party options. I know that you're fantastic at doing this because, of course, I saw you firsthand. But can you just share some of those with us?
Definitely. So if you've done a group of parties with a particular circle of ladies, and you say, and they've got their kits and their mop, and so definitely suggest who's going to have a skincare party next time. We'll focus more on the towels, on the deodorants, on the toothbrushes, on trying more products, trying rescue gel, trying body balm, maybe trying the salt scrub as well. So they're very fun. And at this time of year, a lot of people buy skincare products as gifts. So it is very smart to try the hand cream, and that's a great thing to put in stockings. So it's a skincare, but it's also a seasonal. Then you're matching, say, a hand cream with the back scrubber and the body scrub mitt. So that makes a gorgeous little gift. So you're trying skincare, but also doing these product suggestions together. We've talked a bit about the oven and the kitchen one. It's a great, people definitely book to get their oven done. Special, I do a lot of parties where I will go in, we will focus on the specials, we'll focus on the deals, so they are the bonus buys, and then new product parties, because I can go through all the things that have come out in August and now in October. And a lot of my parties might be return customers that I've done parties with the same hostess a year or two ago, and everybody just wants a refresher and a catch up on the new products and colors. So that's a really great theme to do. And then if somebody's new to that kind of party, that they haven't seen the basic core range, that's the person that should book, because you say, today I'm covering maybe the more unusual products and the new things, but if you want to introduce the basic core range to your family and friends, then rebook. Also,
we love that. You know what I love about that, Rhian, is that you're doing this rotation where
yes,
you're moving then into a fresh new sort
that's
of,
exactly it.
Yeah, and then you can do that whole rotation again, which is just
very smart.
Yeah.
And then, of course, spring cleaning. I say to people, wouldn't it be lovely to go home and throw out every bit of old cleaning stuff, all your old mops, throw out the dusters, throw out the half bottles of spray and wipe and all of that stuff, or pack it all up and donate it, and then have a beautiful fresh. That's when you're talking about the safe haven kits. So I say to people buy that when they're planning to go home, put all their old poisonous rubbish in a box, sit it out in the garage and forget about it, and then have a lovely fresh collection of cleaning things that are soft and fluffy and amazing. So that's a spring cleaning party. And of course we do baby showers, because our children's range gets better and better now that we've got bibs, we've got towels, the pet to dries, the 4-in-1 bubble bath, so many beautiful products for young mums and for baby showers. And I love doing housewarming parties, because people want to come over and see the new house, and then Norwex connects beautifully into how to keep the beautiful house clean in a chemical-free way. And so people will come over to see the house anyway, and then lo and behold, here is the Norwex party as well. So it's a brilliant way to have an amazing party. And people want to help out their friend and get them some new stuff for their beautiful new house as well with their credit. And that's the same with baby showers too. You can do things where people will buy a little bit more because they know they're getting credit for their friend who's having a baby, and she's going to use that to buy beautiful Norwex products for the new baby. So it's really lovely what things to suggest.
Yeah. I love that you put a focus on, sharing the party options throughout your presentation, because I think that this is an area that some of us just could miss quite often. And I think that you open up the window of opportunity for the people around, like that are at your party, to sort of be thinking. I think the flavor that I'm seeing here with you, Rhian, is that you are really fantastic at creating the experience, but also at actually engaging people emotionally.
Yes.
So, I love the way that you're positioning how you share the products, but also the opportunities to host a party and book. So
absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on to the next slide, and that's delivering the value of hosting.
Yeah, so definitely I always say Norwex has one of the most generous, if not the most generous, hostess reward program on the market. Yes. And I like to explain it really clearly, because over the years of doing this, people have said, oh, I just thought I got one of those stars. I didn't realize that. That I get more. And then I'm always very clear now to say this accumulates. You get one section and then some credit and then some more and then even some more. So that's a fantastic way. Now that the hostess flyer is on the back of the specials, I give everybody a copy of the specials, and then I say, we'll flip that one over. And if there are things in this hostess program that are on your wish list, you can get them for free. with the Hostess Rewards program. So this is the smartest way to learn more, to shop for what you like, and for getting credit for the products that are on your wish list. We highlighted the mop, so a lot of people want that, and that's what they use with their credit, or they want skincare or the cutting boards. You can definitely stack up a few of the products too on a guest and just say, we give you product for how many buying guests you have, and they don't have to necessarily be at a party. Outside orders are buying guests as well, which is incredibly generous. You purchasing product at your own party, you're a buying guest too. And so you stack up these products on a new guest because you're creating this dream for the next person. And I've watched people change from a no to a yes in their eyes. I've seen when they've held that product and they're going, I can't believe it. Are you seriously saying these are the things? And especially most people want the EnviroCloth, they get it for 5 buying guests. They want the glass polish cloth, they're getting it for 1 booking. So they don't have to buy those things. You're getting them for free. And this is what you clearly want to explain. It's an incredibly generous and smart way to go. Then you use the credit, yes, and then when you've done the wish list at the very beginning, it's written in black and white in their own handwriting right in front of them of all the things that they want. And I go, are you planning to buy all of those things today? And most people, of course, can't get their entire wish list. And then I go, well, are you considering booking your own party? And it's written right there. And I've seen people say to each other, the friends have gone, oh my goodness, I think I'm going to have a party. I didn't realize all of these things that I want and that I need. And then their friend goes, well, I'll definitely come to your party because look at my wish list. Yes, so connecting all of these things together, it's really, why wouldn't you be booking? You know, there's just so many win-win-wins when you're connecting credit, the list of products they want, the people that they can share this with, and the amazing hostess program that we have. I think the next slide goes into what we would say then, Carol. We would say, so would a weekday or a weekend suit you? Because people are saying, wow, I really think I do need to be booking. Oh, here's our 2-choice scenario. Mm-hmm. So then you want to say, look, I've got I'm booking the end of October now. If you were doing a party at the start of October, you would definitely say you want to get these bonus buys and the deals in October. Plus, we're doing all our amazing fundraising. So you want to book people in the next 3 weeks and say, take advantage of these incredible October deals that we have. And then definitely say to somebody, would a weeknight suit you? Or I've got some weekend spots as well. And have your diary there and know your dates. Overcoming objections. Oh, Carol and I were discussing this before. If someone says, oh, I'll just chat with my friends about it, you're better off to take your friends a solid date and say, look, I've booked the 17th of October. If you can come, please do. It's going to be lots of fun. I had so much fun at this party and there's brilliant products to see. And the lady doing it is fantastic. So you've got to come and listen to her. So secure the date. Sometimes I say to people, look, I'm writing this in pencil in my diary. I can easily rub it out and we can, but I would, most of the time when you've locked in that date, people have got that and they stick with that particular day. And I say, look, try and get as many people as you can, but it's impossible to suit everybody. But it's much smarter to have the date with absolutely. The person, isn't it?
Rhian, can I just quickly jump in there? Because
yes,
as a coach and working with a lot of our field, this is definitely an area where I find that once consultants really learn how to use the 2-choice scenario, but also to make sure that they've got their date in the diary before the person leaves the party.
Yes.
I find that so often when I'm working with consultants that, they'll say to me, oh, I got a booking, I got 2 bookings at that party, but I'm still trying to get them, locked in. The chance of that falling over if you don't get the date in your diary is very high, because not only do you not get the date in your diary, you also don't get a time to actually, you don't get to make an appointment with them in the next few days to do a quick host coaching chat with them. So a lot of the time you're playing phone tag, or you don't even play phone tag, you're leaving a message constantly to try and chase that person up. So I just really want to encourage to really master the art of the two choice scenario, booking it within the first 3 weeks, and making sure that you have that date locked in. So
absolutely,
yeah,
I definitely agree.
yeah. And then of course, you know, making sure that you make an appointment with them to have a chat in the next few days. You know, it's, if you make an appointment, instead of just saying I'll give you a call in a few days, then they know when you're ringing, and you actually have it written in your diary, but you also write it on the host pack. And you just
Sure.
know, you know, it's just going to be a really quick chat. I want to just make sure that I set you up to, you know, to really be having a successful party. And, you know, to do that, you know, we're just going to quickly chat through the host rewards, and just try and identify what your wish list might be for that party. But as you said, if you're encouraging each guest to do a wish list by giving them a post-it note, I think it was what you said, then you know, they finish at that party and they know what they want, which is just fantastic. So
yeah. And I think in that call that when you say, I'll definitely give you a call in the next few days to chat more about this,
yeah,
they might have genuine questions.
appointment. Yeah,
That's right. And it's also, there's no awkwardness because they're expecting your call. So definitely make it.
Yeah.
And that gives you an opportunity to like stoke the fire and the desire that they want that mop. So they've got a clear vision in their mind. That's why they're having the party, and say, I can't wait to get you that mop that you want. Have you got your eye on the new gold one? Isn't it gorgeous? I can't wait to show that to your friends as well. We're going to have so much fun. So just remind them again that we have fun at parties, that there's more that everybody wants. Your friends are going to love you because they're getting the opportunity to see this at your place and have a catch up. A lot of people at this time of year want to catch up with their friends and have some fun, and do some shopping and have a glass of wine, and just paint that picture that it's going to be lots of fun, and the reason why, and remind them of the reasons why we're doing this. We want to get you that mop, and I want to get a great result for you. So yeah, and I think they'll be really fired up and really excited for their party, and that's going to come across when they're inviting people.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
Fantastic. And of course, you know, I always encourage when I'm coaching that, you know, you hand over the host pack and you just say to her, look, Sally, I just want to encourage you, if you get a moment before we have our call on such and such a date, so you're reaffirming the time and the appointment, I want to encourage you to see if you can just get 3 names in each of these categories, which is our Frankie, and then just quickly explain friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbours and kids, etc. Because the great thing is, if you ring them for that appointment and they've already got 3 names under each one of those categories, they've already got 18 people on their invitation list. And then of course, you know, from there you do a bit of host coaching once you're on the call with them. So I'm not going to go into host coaching today though, because that's not what this is about. This is about booking, and you've just done such an incredible job, Rhian. I love the way you position things, and I love your energy, and I think just the way that you really engage the emotion. It's just,
yes,
you know, it's just fantastic. So so with host coaching, I just want to quickly, before we finish, just remind you that when you host coach, it serves your host. If you don't host coach your hosts, then you know, you're not really helping them to make sure that they have the best outcome and experience possible. So making sure that you know, that you've helped them to get that Frankie list done, reminding them to invite each of their guests to bring a friend along, making sure that you know what their wish list is. You know, what do they want to achieve out of having that party with you. And of course, highlight the value of getting some outside orders and bookings, and of course to make sure that they keep some grime so that you can clean. So many girls have said to me, oh my gosh, I go to the party and there's no dirt to clean. So, and you know, keep it simple. So Thank you so much, Rhian, for being with us today. And again, I really appreciate that you've put the time into sharing this with us. And
my pleasure. Thanks, Carol.
You're very welcome. And everyone that has been listening to this, make sure that you've got those notes that you've been taking and reread them and start putting some of these fantastic tips into practice. Have a great afternoon, everybody. And Rhian, thanks again so much for your time.
My pleasure. Bye, Carol. Bye, everybody.